Okay guys, we're going to start the interior tour of the 2020 Stealth Mustang 2, 7 feet wide, 6.5 feet tall interior height, 14 feet from the back all the way to the corner of the point of the nose in the front. So as we approach the front door, you actually have an aluminum step here that goes with it. I just set it right inside this door. You do have a removable magnetic screen if you'd like to. As you walk in and turn to your left, you will see a Dometic refrigerator, 12-volt fridge. Right now it's at 34 degrees. Power light is orange, which in Dometic means it has reached its temperature that you have set it to. So this is just a piece of foam that I use to block it open so you don't get any mildew. But in there, nice and super clean. Lots of room for your drinks or your food in there. It is strapped down with a couple quick removable straps there. You can pop it out if you want to and just unplug it. Put it in the back of your SUV if you want to. You'll notice all the way around you do have the strap downs to strap bikes down, as well as all the way up the floor. This carpet on the floor is just a mat. You can just go ahead and roll that up if you'd like. And there is linoleum underneath it, as well as the mat here. You do have a fire extinguisher here, as well as up here, you will have your control panel. Do you have cabin lights? If I shut them off, obviously they all go off. Turn them on. You do have a bath light for the bathroom. You have a bed light, which is the dimmable light above the bed over there. We turn that off. There it is. Do you have a sink light right above the kitchen sink, as well as over there? Do you have a water pump? Oh, there it is. And voltage display, as well as a 12-volt plug-in if you need that for anything. And then a couple of USB plug-ins there if you need them for anything. Do have your controller up here. Right now we've got it plugged into shore power, and as you can see, we've got 121 volts coming in, 120 going out. Battery's pretty much full on that, as you can see. That is your kind of like your remote control center for the charger inverter there. You have a couple coat racks there. Do have the carbon monoxide detector right here, as well as a plug in there if you need it for anything. Do have obviously RV style windows with screens there, blackout curtains. Do have massive amount of storage all the way around. I've tried to fill this thing up and it's darn near impossible. You can put all kinds of stuff in it all the way around here. We do have stainless steel small sink, as well as microwave that runs on shore power, and you will see right up there, on-demand hot water heater. Do have a little setting right there that you just want to switch it to when you want to do a shower. You just turn the knob. Perfect temperature to shower there. You can run the hot water only, not waste hot and cold. So that way it's a nice hot warm shower right there for that. Again, dimmable light above the sink, dimmable light above the bed. Do have cushions on both sides here. There is a table that sits in between. You'll see, I think in one of the pictures there, you'll also see several pictures of the bed propped up. This is a single size bed. There's a room for another one right beside it. You'll also see in the pictures where they get strapped up over here lengthways when you want to pull a bike in the center. I'll show you here in 1 second where the batteries are, the inverter is, and the storage is underneath both benches. You have 110 plug-in over here. What I did is I ran a portable AC unit that would just sit here on the counter and actually vented out this window. There was a little kit that went to vent it out that window right there, and just plugged it in right here. Of course, obviously that runs off of shore power only. In this, you do have a brand new Vizio Smart TV. That's about a year old only. And again, crazy amount of storage. This whole bench underneath here is all storage. Half of this bench is storage over here in the back half. That's where I keep the gray water tank that you will see in the outside walk around video, and the hose for that fits in there just perfect. Underneath this side is where the batteries are, as well as the inverter, fuse panel, things like that. As we turn around here, you will see a beautiful closet that is all cedar lined. Beautiful closet. That is where the table is stored, as well as when you have your bed up and your motorcycle in, the panels that support the bed stay in here. There is a hook here, hook down here. Bungee cord holds them in, keeps them from flopping around. I will pull that out here in a second, show you the diesel heater and the tank that's underneath that. It's got a 3-gallon boat tank, pretty cool setup. Never runs out of diesel. I ran this thing for a week straight, 0 to 5 degrees outside, night and day, and I still had about 3/4 of a gallon of a diesel in here, and it did keep it at about 75, 80, whatever you wanted to put it at. You can see the diesel controllers in here for that. There is a wireless remote also that is for the diesel heater that I do have. You will see also above this a really nice little cedar lined cabinet in there too. The shower and bathroom right here, really neat, nice tin, nice cedar lined ceiling. Inside of this, all the wood, there is no particle board in this camper. It is all oak plywood, or it is oak and red elm and cedar on the trim, depending on where you're at in it. This does drain. This is, you can stand on this here. This does drain out into your gray water hookup that we had talked about earlier. That is a the Ford, they call it, one of the best quote-unquote porta potties you can get. You can pop the top off of it. The bottom goes with you. You can dump that. Reason that we decided to stay with something like that and not a blackwater tank is, where do you dump a blackwater tank? The only place you can dump it's an RV's dump station. This little guy here, you take the bottom off of it, holds a bunch. I'm not going to say what it holds, but holds a lot of it. And you can take it in, you can dump it in a toilet, dump it at the in the rest stop toilet, flush the toilet, you're out, put it right back there, you're good to go. Fill up the back of the top portion with water, and you're good to go. It does have a really super big shower in it. You can just grab this, you just pull the little tab down there, grab that, it slides right out if you want to have a bunch of room in the shower. I'm 6'3", 225 pounds. I shower in there without a problem. Again, really nice shower head and setup, everything in there for you. Really nice setup there. Coming back from riding and you want to have a shower and maybe a little privacy to do your business, that's where you want to be. So right above here, you do have electronic fan, which is great, keeping it circulating in here. As well as this screen. It is fully removable. You just unvelcro it all the way around, roll it up in the seasons don't have bugs, stick it in a storage cabinet, you're good. You will see in some of the video or some of the pictures that with the backdrop down, you will see there is a full screen as well that velcros all the way around there that is magnetic. So if you wanted to drop that down, have both screens, not run an AC unit, and just run the fan inside of here, I tell you what, on a beautiful night, it'd be just like camping under the stars. I'll pause right here, jump in, I'll get the mattress out of the way, and I'll show you the inverter. Okay guys, right here you're going to see your MPP solar charger inverter controller for the solar panel. I know the screen looks a little goofy there. There you go, it's centered pretty good. Again, the controller up here on the cabinet just mirrors that image right there, and you can control it from there. You do have the microwave plug here of 110, as well as the AC plug, which, like you said earlier, where I had that portable AC unit plugged into. Battery shutoff switch. A couple inline fuses there for various things, as well as a fuse panel that has plenty of room to add stuff if you'd like. Underneath this is where the batteries are stored. You shouldn't ever have to access them. They are lithium. And then on this side is where we keep the gray water storage tank when not in use. The batteries are up under there, in behind there. But again, this panel just pops up. A couple screws that pops up and the batteries are right there. Shouldn't ever have to service them unless you're going to replace them. Shouldn't, because they're only a couple years old right now. So I'll show you the other side here in 1 second. All right, guys, I just spun right around right underneath the TV. You've got big storage over here. Obviously, I've got it plugged in shore power. That door out there is not closed, but because I'll unplug it here shortly. Underneath here, and brand new in the box, a Lippert hub and wheel bearing drum assembly, just in case you're on the road. Does have grease in there with it and everything. You'll have to have a couple tools to change it, but other than that, in case you have any problems, you shouldn't, but you never know. You don't want to be stranded out in the middle of nowhere, have a bearing issue, and not have one. So that fits in that box perfectly right there. Never had to use it, but it stays right there. On this side, you do have a huge amount of storage. Again, so much storage. You just can't seem to fill it up. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here for a second, and we'll take a look underneath the sink. Okay guys, here you have two really nice drawers. Obviously every manual for everything in here is here, as well as the remote, wireless remote for the diesel heater and the TV. You do have soft close drawers right there, obviously with RV latches on both. You do have a little cabinet down here that you can stick milk crates and whatnots, and that's what I did with that. So, okay guys, underneath the sink here, you will see drains right down through the floor. Again, that joins into the shower drain outside, which you'll see with the gray water drain that we talked about. Is a shut off here in case you have to shut it off for any reason. Maybe you're in a campground, they don't allow you to do anything like that. You can shut it off here, shut it out. The shower is shut off is underneath and right on the outside by the drain, and you won't have any problems with that. Went with 7-gallon jugs. There's 4 of them. Reason being is if you have a permanently mounted tank, and you get low on water, you run out of water, what do you got to do? You got to take a jug to town, or you got to haul a whole camper to town to fill it up. This way, you get a couple of them that you're out of, you still got water for the wife or the kids or yourself, and then when you run to town to get ice or whatever you're going to do, you can take them into the gas station. Usually the gas station will let you fill them up. They usually got to spigot outside if you ask really nice, and they don't charge you for that. So quick tip there, if you're building one and you're going to put a permanent tank in, you might want to think twice and go with this setup. It works awesome. You will see your 12-volt pump up there, as well as that is all of the water system. Sorry, it's probably not going to focus real well. It's kind of dark in here, but that is the whole water system. Super simple. So when you want to, you shouldn't have to winterize this, but I always did. I always took this hose out, a little bit of pink antifreeze, sucked it up through the hose after you turn your pump on. Then you're guaranteed you're not going to have any problems with the lines or the hot water heater, which again is right there, and it works fantastic. So that's basically it underneath. There's really nothing else to show underneath the sink, so I'll end the video here in just 1 second. Okay guys, again, massive amount of storage, really nice camper. Everything's brand new, never had any pets in it, nobody's ever smoked in it, rarely cook anything in it. When we did, we just had a little 1 burner thing right here, ran on a little butane burner, super light. You could plumb in and tee in, since the propane line does come up through the floor from the front and goes to here. You could tee in there and put a little tee over here if you wanted to hook in a propane burner, but I didn't really see the point because if I'm camping, I'm outside. So again, you've got a massive amount of storage. All of these have shocks on them. All of them have latches on them. This thing pulls super easy. Doesn't weigh, a little over 3,000 pounds the weight when it's completely full of water, completely full of food, all your gear. All this is full of stuff when I was running with it. And weighed a little over 3,000 pounds. I believe it was 3,100. But you got a 4,400 pound Lippert axle in it. I will pause this video right here. I'm going to put these boards right here in the closet so you can see that. We'll look at the diesel heater quick, and then if you got any questions, let me know. All right, guys, with the boards for the bed and the table in here, got a little bungee cord there, holds them real tight, keeps them from flopping around. And as you turn around, you see you've got the entire inside all the way up to me, which I believe is about 10 feet. I think it's a little over 10 feet all the way to the back. So plenty big for a Harley. You can get a couple smaller dirt bikes in here if you put one in and then you put the front wheels kind of together, you back one in, put one in the other way. I will pause it again 1 second here. Obviously the bed's plopped up there. There is a bungee that goes from here down to here to keep it from flopping around while you're going down the road. If a guy was to get another one, you could prop it up there and put the other one right up there, use the bungee, and it would hold it up against there. So you got 2, which would equal the queen size bed. I'm going to pause right here. I'll pull all the stuff out of the closet. I'll show you the diesel heater, and then we'll be done. All right, guys, last but not least, the diesel heater. It is located underneath this little panel right here. You pull that up, you're going to see the boat tank, 3-gallon brand new boat tank. Works amazing. You can see the nice thing about it, you can have a little gauge there. Quick connector there. You can unhook it, grab this, take it with you to town while you're grabbing some water if you were doing that, and you can fill it in town. You don't have to worry about trying to get something in here to fill a permanently mounted tank, making a mess, making it stink. You take this other one, you shouldn't ever have to access this panel right here, but if you do, it just pops out of there, and there is your diesel heater setup. It does blow out right here. Nice warm hot air. And like I say, they work fantastic. Super easy to maintain, super simple to work on, and they don't cost a whole lot. You don't get the moisture either that you do with propane in the wintertime. So that is it on that. 1 second here. And we are back. Table's back in. Everything's put back together. Just takes a couple seconds. So that is it, guys. Drop your questions, your comments. I'll try to get you photos if you need of anything. Try and answer your questions. And happy bidding. It's a great trailer. It's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to finish up. And I've used it several times. I'm going to be using this money when I sell this to build an overland rig. So that's why I'm selling it. And fun for me is in the build. It's been a lot of fun. And happy bidding, guys. I appreciate it.